Provide value to others, and money will come. That's the conclusion of multiple books and videos out there on making money. Whether you're working for someone, building a business, or creating content, the idea of providing value is always brought up. What they don't tell you is this: everyone else is trying to do the same thing, and therein lies the problem. Few things are difficult by nature. Astrophysics is, surgery is, but making money isn't, or at least it shouldn't be. Provide a service to someone else, and in exchange, you get paid for it. But how much? In theory, it should get paid based on the amount of value you provide. Value is subjective. The same item may be of different value to different people. Price is an attempt to estimate value in objective terms, so people can make exchanges fairly. Want to make more money? Provide more value to each person, or provide the same value to more people. Simple, right? But in practice, that often looks quite different. In fact, most of us still struggle to make decent amounts of money. It's why finding a job, despite having the skills, is hard. It's why building a business, despite having great services, is hard. It's why strategy matters, and just working hard isn't enough. Here's why. Suppose you sell lemonade. The value exchange is clear here. You provide a beverage for others to quench their thirst and refresh themselves in return for a payment of $2. Now, another person comes by and sets up a lemonade stand as well. Like yourself, he sells his lemonade for $2. Naturally, assuming all things equal, the amount of money you can make is cut by half. The same thing happens when finding a job. Two equally qualified people are looking for only one available job position. Even if we ignore the well known biases in hiring, only one person can get the job. These examples are obviously simplified, and in the real world, there are a dozen more factors at play. But I've gone a long way to say something most of you intuitively understand: competition. The amount of money to be made stays the same, only more people are fighting for it. And the worst part, the level of competition is constantly rising, and the only way to beat the competition is to study more, to do more, network more, and so on. Your product or service is too expensive? Nobody will pay for you. They can always find someone else. Competition encourages people to get better. But it seems that a significant portion of competition today is simply competing for the sake of competing. Providing value isn't always enough. You must provide more value than the next person. Otherwise, you're dispensable. Your natural instinct might be to beat the competition, to just do whatever it takes to get better and be the best. The more people there are crowded into a space, the harder it becomes to thrive there. You get worn out struggling to get attention, to play the political games, just to win scarce resources for yourself. Yet, most people continue to go into these fields because it's familiar. But if you're like me, you might want to try a different way. I know I can never become the best doctor or the best web developer. I'm just not inclined to those roles. And even if I am, I've seen people way smarter than me in those roles, and I'd rather not compete with them. So, what should you do? Avoid the competition. Find a niche you can dominate. Or, as they say, be a big fish in the small pond. Here's how you can do this: choose a field that roughly corresponds to your interests. From there, you can go in one of two directions. The first, look for side paths that particularly attract you, and when possible, make a move to this narrower field. Continue this process until you eventually hit upon a totally unoccupied niche. The narrower, the better. The second, look for other subjects or skills that you can conquer. Combine this added field of knowledge to the original one, perhaps creating a new field, or at least making novel connections between them. Either way, you want to continue until you create a field that is uniquely your own. Not only will you naturally be the best at it, but it will be something that you are interested in. So remember, creating value is only a start. Focus on delivering value in places where no one else is, and then money will follow.